So obviously I can only imagine what a ride would be like with no men on it. Although I see the Reggie women's team at events and things like that. I'm not in there, but I see the women out riding together as a group. But Rebecca, what is it like to be on a women's only ride? Like, why is that different? Like, what's it feel like that's different without the men around?
Without the men around. The Noble Pursuit, when we were both out there and your team, this is an event that's in Peterborough, and it's quite unique because we ride a long distance. We end up discovering areas that we've never been on before, and it's a surprise. You find out in the morning where you're going. But when your team caught up to us, because it was a staggered start and you started later, I remember you guys passing us and there was no talking. You guys were on the suffer train and it looked like fun, but we were just talking the whole time, and we were working hard also. But that's the biggest thing, is the social side of it, being surrounded by like-minded women that just want to have a good time riding bikes. And one of the first experiences I had attending a women's only event was at Joyride 150, which is an indoor bike park in Toronto. I don't think I would have ever chosen to go there to ride by myself, but that day I saw that there was a women's only event. Yeah. And I realized the power of being with women, and having that first experience of being super nervous and trying something that I wouldn't have done otherwise was a big deal. I just had a baby. My husband had to bring him with us and walk around so that I could feed the baby between rides. And I had lost a lot of courage, I think, on my bike, and was afraid of trying things. But being surrounded by other women that had had that experience, they were able to encourage me. And just seeing other people do stuff, you always are more likely to try it.
Right. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And Kieran, obviously you're in my boat. You don't know what it's like to be on a women's only ride.
Yeah.
But you are around women's only events at the shop and the club. What's your observation in terms of who you see attending these things and what makes them seem different?
Yeah, I mean, I think the most powerful thing there, and again, all I can speak to is my observation, but there are many, many women that they're avidly looking for women's only events and will come out to them consistently, have a fantastic time, and that same woman would not necessarily join a co-ed group.
Yeah.
And I think
that's true.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is just to do with its comfort, confidence, its sense of community, and a sense of inclusion rather than exclusion. The idea of maybe being dropped on a ride that you can't keep up on. I think that community of women is much more likely to just be confident they will be looked after.
Right.
Socially, physically, athletically, all of it. And that's really powerful. And I think it's the reason that things like the women's ride is so important. And it's more fun for more people more often, right? Which is really, that's what we're all after.
Yeah, and that's why we've got a women's only ride with 3T Bike Exploro on Funday on July 10. Is for women only. That's the only participants in that group. Yeah. So we're looking forward to have that special option, because that's not a common thing at any type of event of this size. So with the Reggie Ramble, Reggie Gravel Fest, we do have all levels of riders, from ex-pros to first time somebody's ever done a cycling event showing up. And I know a lot of people don't sign up because they're afraid to sign up. They don't know what to expect. So what would you say to somebody, Rebecca? Imagine somebody that's never done an event before. This is maybe their first one, and they're like, do I sign up or don't I sign up? Like, what do you say to somebody to get them stoked about, this is a super fun event? What might you suggest to them?
I really think just jump in and do it. You're going to have the best day ever. And there might be things that are unexpected that happen, things that are exactly as you predicted, but keep an open mind and just know that it's going to be your day, and you'll have some great experiences that you can use in the future based on that day. And while you're there, if you're nervous, know that there are other people around you that are super nervous as well, and make sure you say hi to them on the start line.